Alright, hello. Long time no see, people. Hope you're doing well. Let's do some chit chat since it's been a while. If you're not interested, then you can go ahead and skip this section. Okay. Anyway, I think it's been like a month since the last time I'm making contents. Well, there's a reason. Bro, allergy bros. I'm telling you, I must be like one of the few people on this planet to have the worst allergy season every single time it's here. I don't know how long usually allergy lasts for people, but for me, it lasts for at least 3 weeks. And so it did this time as well. Bro, I was dying. I did make an attempt to work when I was still having allergy, but I couldn't. So I just decided to dip and DC from the internet until I feel better. During the time period of 3 weeks or more, I don't know, I check out a lot of games. And bro, I gotta say, the two games that I most anticipate gonna be Blue Protocol and Wuthering Waves. Man, it's crazy because I learned about Blue Protocol years ago. I stay up like 2, 3 a.m. to watch every single dev stream they had. But to see it's so close to release, it's crazy. I don't know, maybe I will make a video about Blue Protocol or Wuthering Wave because I had a lot to talk about it. Anyway, back to the guy. Kuki Shinobu is a 4-star unit capable of being sub DPS and healer in your team. At release, her value was very low due to the fact that Danjo wasn't a thing then, but with the release of Danjo and related contents, Kuki Shinobu now is one of the most solid units you can have in your Danjo reaction team. With that being said, Kuki build will be separated by the question of, is there a Danjo unit in your team? Her abilities are quite straightforward. When activate her elemental skill, Kuki lose a chunk of her HP but slowly heal the active character. While doing that, she also deal elemental damage. Her elemental burst is just a big AoE of electro damage. I'm not gonna read everything about her to you, so here are things that you should be aware about Kuki passive talent. When low HP, her healing and the duration of elemental burst is increased. Lastly, her healing is increased by EM. This is the reason why building her full EM won't lose as much healing compared to the full HP build. Okay, artifacts. Let's go with Danjo related reaction team first. This build is highly recommended since it's so much more fun to play Kuki this way, and the healing this build provides is not that far behind compared to the non-Danjo build, the HP build I mentioned earlier. In the number 1 spot, we have Flower of Paradise Lost. I ain't reading all that, so here what you should be aware of. This set is good, but only use it when you're running a Hyper Bloom team. If you're running other Danjo related reaction beside this, use Get the Dream sets. GG easy. Next. Of course, there are other sets that can be usable, but to keep it simple, just run D2. I'm just kidding. Anyway, 4-piece Thunder Fury and 4-speed Thunder Suitor are good sets that you can cope with. I'm not gonna read all of it, but just know that these two work for both Hyperbloom and Activate teams. Now to the non-Danjo teams. Run 4-piece Tenacity of Melia. This set will make sure your healing is good enough while providing buffs for your team. Just like most of her kit, Kuki artifact stat is also very straightforward. For a Danjo team, run triple EM. This means for Sands, Goblet, and Circlet, you look for EM as main stat. For substat, you look for EM, HP, Crit, and ER. Now, depending on which team you are running, the ER might matter or not. I will try my best to keep this as simple as I could. So, here we go. For the Flower Paradise Lost team, aka Hyper Bloom team, ER doesn't really matter since you don't need your burst to apply elemental damage. While other reactions such as Activate do, Kuki Burst can do around 11 to 13 hits of elemental damage intensity. With that being said, look for 130 to 150% ER if you're running double Electro in your team, or 190 to 220 if you're running Kuki alone. For a non-dentro team, run double HP percentage on Sands and Goblet, healing bonus for Circlet. For substat, you'll be looking for HP and EM. Kuki weapon selection will also be divided into two. With Dendro means EM build. EM build means need EM. So any weapon with a EM main stat EM must, and whatever buffs it provides is a nice extra. With that being said, I recommend Freedom Sword, Tifo's Moonlight, Iron Sting, and Dokabo Shigure. I am so sorry if I butchered any names. Without Dendro means without EM, hence HP build. So any weapon with HP as main stat is a must. I recommend Freedom Sword still because, well, it's just generally a really good option for Kuki. After that, we had Key of, I'm not even gonna attempt to say that, Primordial J Cutter, Favonius, Festering Desire. If you use Favonius, don't forget that you need at least 50% crit rate in your stat. Greeting, Traveler. I hope you find my content enjoyable, and if that's the case, don't forget to subscribe to support me and Togashi. Back to the video. Whee! For Dentro team, the recommendation is to max out her elemental skill. After that, you can level up Burst or not, depending on which reaction you are playing. But don't level up her normal attack since you will probably never using it ever. For a non-Dentro team, technically the same, just make sure you do level up her elemental burst as well. It's no longer an optional thing, it's more like a required thing. Now let's talk about Kuki Constellation. Kuki value get higher the more Constellation you have. The recommendation is C2, C4, and C6. Last but not least is team building. Like what I've been mentioning, Kuki Shinobu team building will also be separated into two. But I highly recommend you to run her in a Dendro team since it's so much more fun to play her that way and she gets so much more power. I recommend to run her in a Hyper Bloom, Activate, and Spread teams. For Hyper Bloom, you will need a unit capable of consistently apply Hydro. That unit can be Ayato, Child aka Tartaglia, Kokumi, Mona, Seincho, or Yelan. Yes, realistically, Nilu work too, but she is designed to be in a Bloom team, not Hyper Bloom team. You will also need a Dendro unit that also capable of applying Dendro consistently. For this spot, Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida, are the perfect candidate. Other options include Ether, Blooming, aka the Travelers, Ohatem, Yao Yao, and Tignari. The last spot can be another Hydro, Dendro, Electro, or any element beside Pyro and maybe Cryo unit. For example, you can use Venti or Kazuha to group enemies. Just be creative with it. For Activate teams, they will also share the same Dendro units list that I mentioned earlier, but this team requires another Electro unit instead of Hydro unit like Hyper Bloom. For Electros, units like Beidou, Sino, Fischl, Kachin, Razor, and Yamiko will work just fine. The point is they need to apply consistent Electro. Opposite to the Activate team, Spread team will require extra Dendro units, or you just play on-field Nahida by normal attackings. Use the same list I mentioned earlier, but now you gotta pick 2 Dendro units out of that list, or just play Nahida differently. And with that being said, this is the end of the video. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining back since it's been a long time since the last time I'm making content on YouTube. Also, make sure to tell me in the comment if you guys like the way how I done this video, because I did not read the abilities or constellations. I probably still gonna read or at least try my best to explain the abilities and constellation in a simple term for the new characters. Well, older character, I'm probably not gonna read. Just gonna read the bullet point and tell you guys what to be keep in mind of. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about that. If you guys don't like it, I'm just gonna start reading again because I don't know. Feel like you guys wouldn't enjoy me reading. Hmm, who knows? But yeah, anyway, until next time, traveler.